It doesn't matter what you fish, you need the right bait. Berkley Power Bait, now in 54 proven shapes. From craws and creatures to worms, grubs, swim baits, and more. And 85 sizes. And all are infused with that deadly Power Bait flavor. Fish bite and won't let go, giving you up to 18 times longer to set the hook. And that means you catch more fish. Yeah, it's time for a bigger tackle box. Berkley, catch more fish.
Ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause if you would, please. That is absolutely outstanding.
Hey, don't they get sprinkles?
They get sprinkles because why?
Sprinkles are for winners.
That's right. Sprinkles are for winners. We're going to talk to you two. Is that heavy?
A little bit.
And you don't mind being heavy?
Not at all. Not a bit.
Primitive champions here at Don Pedro. New Maloney's yesterday, Don Pedro today. These guys had 1917 in our T.O.C. at New Maloney's. Then they came back and they weighed over 15 pounds, putting together a 35-plus pound limit to win $21,000 to Tournament of Champions in front of all their peers. And we're going to find out, because they're going to not hide all the secrets like another team tried to. I'm not saying who that was. How'd you catch your fish, guy?
New Maloney's.
Both. Same place, same pattern both places. So we don't have any cool stories of big swim baits, anything of that sort. We literally spooned both days, shady sides of houseboats. 2 straight days. Yesterday we showed up to our first spot and we went for probably 3 hours of non-stop 2 3/4 pounders. I mean, we probably caught 5 or 6 limits of fish, 2.5, 2 3/4. Ran into a 5-pounder, ran into a 4-pounder, but it was just non-stop. I mean, we literally had to sit down for a while and relax. And it wasn't a pattern that we had found really, prior practice days. Thursday evening, we were coming in at Maloney's, and I'm like, you know what? Let's go try this old pattern I used to do at Shasta. I went. First couple houseboats we went behind, make a couple pitches with this spoon, sitting there, and it just stops. Set the hook, 3-pounder. Mike, same thing. He's like, what the hell is this? So we, that's the exact same spot we started on day 1, and then we practiced it here on Friday, and the first couple houseboats we showed up to here on Friday was the same type of deal, so we're like, let's just run it. We did leave today after the morning, and we went and ran one of Mike's good deep spots, and we did catch 2, culled out 2 good jig fish. But other than that, it was literally a spoon after spoon after spoon, and it was, we were catching them from 20 feet down to 60, 70. I had some old B.A.S.S lead spoons that I'd had for years, and I pulled them out and I started throwing them, and they just started whacking them. And so we continued to use that. They were ounce and ounce and a quarter. We actually had to make a run yesterday after the tournament. We ran into Manteca, Fisherman's, and we grabbed a bunch more spoons. We used a lot of the Blade Runner dust spoons, 3/4 ounce on those. We were catching some good ones. The largemouth were extremely lazy. We were catching them on the bottom, 40 to 50 feet on the bottom. There was no fight to them, came right in. And then the spotted bass that we did catch, Mike caught a couple of real nice spots, 4-pounders, but that was it. It wasn't nothing, no, like I said, no big swim bait bite. It was literally, we spooned for 48 hours, felt like.
How's your arm?
It was sore. My left arm yesterday started cramping up. So when we took a break, this guy's back's been killing him. But we were, by 10 a.m. yesterday morning, we literally were just sitting around like, what the hell are we gonna do? We went back to fishing. It shut down at probably 11, and then just hung out, ate some lunch. We didn't know what else to do. We had other patterns going from pre-fish, drop shot and stuff, catching pound and 3/4 fish, but just decided to stick with it. And like I said, then it worked really well here this morning. I spooned another 5-pounder within the first probably half hour, 45 minutes this morning, and then we ran 15-pound, just fluoro clear, feline fluoro clear. And then those spoons, I think he was using the same thing.
You want to add anything? Because he was pretty physical on that. He really got some good information on that night. A lot of the guys going, God dang it! It could have been an easy bite, but you got to figure that stuff out.
Yeah. No, we had something special going on. We found an area that just had some really good fish, and it was. We were double hook up like every other cast. It was crazy. It was fun. We had a lot of fun. And and out here, it slowed down out here. It wasn't as good, but we did have an area that we located on Friday. And we pulled up to it and caught a 3-pounder and a 2-pounder and another 3.5-pounder. We're like, okay, we gotta leave. But we did run a lot of houseboats, just a lot of houseboats to find them. And once you found them, it was on. And locating the bait, that was the main thing, is locating the bait. And once you found the bait, they were on, and the spots were up shallower. So if you can get through the spots, you were more than likely to catch a largemouth. So that was something that we figured out. And that's about it. And then, like I said, or like he said, we had a jig spot that we went to and caught 2 good ones on a jig here. And that was our day.
Anybody you want to thank?
I want to thank my wife, first of all, and then I want to thank Mark. He's a great partner. He's a stick. We had a lot of good teamwork today and yesterday. And I want to thank BBT. You guys put on a good show. And that's it.
Got it. Anybody you want to thank?
I do. First and foremost, my family.
Take your time. Remember that day when you guys were just catching those fish and just having a good time here at Don Pedro, and then you were at Maloney's catching a bunch of fish? So, how are you feeling about that, just in general?
Good.
Good, good. I'm glad to hear that. Is there something special that you want to say?
I just want to thank my family and putting up with me fishing all the time.
Your boys.
You got boys? You got boys?
Yeah.
How many boys you got?
Come on,
How many boys?
I have 15-year-old twin boys. This is their Cast and Blast trio. This is their little internet website that they started. Check it out, please. They post all of our hunting videos, all of our fishing videos. That's what's tough right now. See, when we look up.
You got this, brother. Want to get next to your partner and help him out? You're doing great. This is great stuff. You're coming from your heart, man.
I want to thank my family, and I want to thank Randy and BBT. I want to thank Stan Bailey, Bailey Baits, providing me tons of punch rigs this year. Some A-rigs we used on the Delta, we used on Clear Lake. Other than that, man, just all the competitors out there. Never had any issues with anybody. All the information we share with each other. Great people all around. Great unit. I wouldn't fish any other circuit out there.
You know, you guys are a class act. You guys, I call you, you're somewhat of the roller coaster style anglers. You guys have some good finishes, and you just like this because you got your hit and misses, and you got seriously with your families and everything else. I couldn't ask for two better liaisons of the Tournament of Champions. We're going to appreciate seeing you guys' face, holding those beautiful trophies that Chris designed and made, and it's going to be something that we're going to be able to see your mugs on the BBT website for a full year. That's the way we play. And I want to thank you guys for coming out, fishing the T.O.C. And ladies and gentlemen, we have our Tournament of Champion winners.